is a stupid idea. Stop. Oh, I just said it because everyone else says it. Stop. Yeah, this guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. No. Stop doubling down, bro. Stop doubling down. Stop doubling down. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. She literally just compared it to setting up a nature camera, and that's literally what it sounds like. Just stop. Stop. Stop doubling down. This is getting worse. What is happening? I can't take this shit no more. What? You're suing a man and you ended with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Timestamp that he debates this lawyer. Okay, it looks like this is the call. All right, I want to see him debate a lawyer. I don't care about the rest of the history. I want to see him debate a lawyer. I want to see that.
I can think of that criminalizes free speech. I can get a lawyer in here. That's not slander defamation. That's not slander defamation.
Whoa, what is happening here?
Okay, so Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996. It's considered the strongest protection for free speech online. It protects websites, social media platforms, and other sites from legal liability for most user-generated content. This protection has allowed online expression to...
Is Star cooking him right now? Star's cooking him. Oh, God. Star's cooking him. She's cooking him!
Flourish.
Who let Stardust cook?
Dissuading companies from censoring speech.
That has to do with protecting companies from liability. That has nothing at all to do with whether or not it's acceptable to threaten to rape somebody.
But it is a protection that allows for people...
Threaten to rape... Oh, yeah, right. He said that Kumo threatened to rape someone, which is, like, crazy that you would say that's a threat. It's somebody on the internet chatting shit.
Two websites.
No, but it also allows for people to express... It allows individuals to express themselves the way that they do.
That is a very specific thing in reference to whether or not these websites or blogs or whatever can be held legally viable or accountable for what the people on it say. It does not in fact state that it makes everything on there legally viable in order to say it. Because there's plenty of people on Twitter or elsewhere that have been arrested for it.
He was talking about when Gilded said it about Serafina. Ah, gotcha.
You've mentioned people on Twitter who arrest are usually in China. But, people
no,
with blogs.
No, that is not true.
The people with blogs are still user runs. So like a Tumblr blog, for example, that is still a blog, and that is user-generated content still. It protects that user as well.
No, it does not protect that user from legal culpability. I'm sorry, but you're wrong, flatly.
It does. Look, there is no law that I can think of that criminalizes free speech.
That's not free speech.
I can get a lawyer in here to...
defamation, those aren't covered.
That's not slander defamation. That's not slander defamation.
I said threats. I said threats, slander, and stuff like that. That is not covered under free speech. It's why I can't sit there online and talk about how I'm going to rape the president. I would absolutely have Homeland Security knocking on my doggone door, and you know better.
Yeah, well, raping the president is a little bit different. I'm sorry, raping the president is
It's still a human being. Dude, that is the president of the United States. He's no longer a private citizen. He's no longer just a rando that says crazy shit. You can't say crazy shit to the president. Like, that's Stardust's position. It's like, that's the president. What are you talking about?
Average user.
Doesn't matter. It's still illegal.
I mean, you've done it before, apparently.
Wait, it doesn't matter if it's a joke. It's still illegal. What? Chad, I'm gonna review. Like, what? Did I just commit an illegal act by saying that? Like, what the f does that mean? Did I just commit an illegal act by saying I'm going to the chat? Like, what? What the f are you talking about?
Brian, you're very hard to miss. You're trying very hard to miss.
I have a lawyer I can bring in. Can I add a lawyer to this call? Because they want to explain the free speech law to you.
What state is he a lawyer in? What state is he a lawyer in?
You can ask her. It's a her, by the way. Here, let me.
Bro, he's already cooked. He's already cooked. I have a lawyer that wants to talk to you about this. I have a lawyer. Lio Convoy. What state do they practice in? Like, that changes anything. Like, yeah, maybe that state and that jurisdiction in said state has a different way of looking at things, but overall, federally is probably what they're talking about. And I'm pretty sure a lawyer, even if they're working in that state, if they're coming in to argue that, they would at least have some form of credential or understanding of the federal law and idea of free speech. Like, just shut the up.
And put you guys in a call together. Yeah,
a Discord lawyer. I have to remember that I'm dealing with a Discord lawyer, not an actual lawyer. Bro, it'd be really funny if it was ChatGPT. It would be really funny if Stardust just started using ChatGPT in an AI bot. That shit would be funny.
Hello?
Oh my goodness, your name is Barbie. That's amazing.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that? You're about to have a debate with this person, and you see their name. It's like, oh, your name's Barbie. That's amazing. That was weird. Why the hell did you say that?
Hey, how's it going?
Incredibly incorrect when it comes to the protections afforded by Section 230 to both free speech and as well as other threats made in person. Until or unless someone is making a time, manner, and place-specific threat, meaning I'm going to go take down Lammy Lamb at 3 o'clock on March 34th at 4 p.m., there is nothing any police, federal or otherwise, can do except for collect that information on the off chance you want to try to get a protective order. But it must be specific to the person, maybe the manner, maybe the place.
Oh my God, she's
App-related information. There have been cases in which tweeting out pictures of a house and saying this will look pretty on fire have counted, but the protections, especially under Section 230, as it has not been reformed, are incredibly high for that type of free speech. So yes, you are completely inappropriate for you to think or try to state, oh, so these things are all right to you as opposed to legal. You know that those are two different standards.
I asked her a direct question. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but here's the problem with you trying to make that defense. Kuma made it very clear when and who they planned on doing it to. And how, actually. If you listen to it, did you listen to what we're
I sure do. I've listened to all these things. There's no need for you to try and fact check or invalidate what it is I'm trying to state. Once again, of course.
Well,
again,
too bad you're being inconsistent then.
Other than reporting that and getting that video flagged or taken down, there is no appropriate measure for you to try to find that information and then go out and do something with it. And you know what you're doing when you imply these things. You know what you're doing when you imply these things.
Nope. Don't play that game with me. I know exactly what I said. I never implied I do anything other than file a police report. You're sitting here saying you heard it, then maybe get your ears checked.
I don't need to get my ears checked, Lio. I think you're just used to speaking to people between 18 to 22 and then usually kowtowing to you, and that's not going to happen right
now. Devil's advocate. Daniel Larson was arrested for saying, I'm going to bomb the Federal Bureau of Investigation and other municipality buildings. That is significantly different than somebody going on Discord and saying, I'm gonna review. Like, it's totally different. One is a direct threat to the federal government. The other is a Discord call where someone said something stupid edgy.
I have dealt with
Yeah, Naughty, I have the court records for those. No, it's okay. It wasn't just bomb threats. He threatened the FBI, the president, police stations in Colorado. He threatened the law offices in Colorado. He threatened the Capitol building. Like, he just threatened everything.
You don't have a good grasp of the law, and you don't have a good grasp of anything else going on. No one is playing any games with you.
Why are you being incredibly inconsistent? You're clearly playing some game because you literally listed the things that would qualify for that.
You're playing some game. Bro, what are you talking about? This is how paranoid Lio is. There's a person who has a law degree and who is a lawyer coming in to talk to you about why you're wrong and how you should correct your thinking. His response, you must have an agenda. Like, dude, you must have an agenda. Also, guys, thank you so much for helping me hit 9K subs today. You guys are awesome. We're so close to 10K. So close. If you're new to the stream, subscribe. Hang out with the chat. Thank you so much.
Be reported that we're in that call, and now you're trying to backtrack. If you are a lawyer, which I don't know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you are.
That's fine. You can call me apparently. None of your business. I don't care for you to be trying to dox me either. But if you want to try, I'm in New Hampshire.
I wouldn't want to dox you.
I'm in New Hampshire.
I'm in New Hampshire.
Why would you?
Why would I want to dox you? Because, Lio, you have a reputation of trying to dox people. You have a reputation of attempting to dox people or use dox information to your own benefit. Bro, of course she's going to say that.
Want to dox me because I think you're unhinged and don't have great touch with reality.
Yeah, you're doxing children. It doesn't really bode well for your
Yeah, but again,
thank you, Stardust.
Hey, you've already admitted you don't know what doxing means.
You don't know what doxing is. Lio, you said I can get people's personal information just by a photo of them. Then you proceeded to call the school of a kid that said I have guns and I live in a gangster neighborhood. That's not real. Like, that's a kid saying crazy shit on the internet.
Right. Well, you know what? If you ever find work, I hope you speak to my boss. I'm married to him. He loves me a lot, but I'm certain he would love to take any complaints from you.
Why in the world would I contact you or contact your law firm just because I think that you're woefully dishonest in this and you can't even be consistent in what you're saying? That's extremely weird.
It's not.
How is it extremely weird? You're somebody that would do something like that. You have your entire situation and who you are on the internet has now cultivated to people being like, holy shit, this guy is insane. And if you have a disagreement with him, he's going to go and find your personal info. Like, that's your reputation now.
Question. There is actually a legal, I feel like there's an actual legal violation, I think, that could be argued here, right? You have said multiple times that you would report several people to the police, even though you know it wouldn't go anywhere. Is that, you know that's like wasting police time and resources.
Does that matter? Yes, that matters. So wait a minute. I gotta listen to that back.
Could be argued here, right? You have said multiple times that you would report several people to the police, even though you know it wouldn't go anywhere.
Why would you say mm-hmm? So you just admitted that you know that they aren't going to do anything and still reported it to the police anyways. Like, what? Oh my god. This is so bad. Like, this is terrible. So what if I wasted the police? At least I'm giving them work, duh. Like, that's probably what his mindset is.
Is that, you know, that's like wasting police time and resources.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. You're wasting the police resources, retard.
For a report that
the police have always told me it's better to have something on file than nothing.
But the thing is that, okay, there's a difference between filing if somebody is trying to use credible threats against credible. Like, let's say they're trying to get a group of people to try and SWAT you. Or try and get your information so that they can come to your house and try and fight you. Those are credible threats. Somebody, a child on a phone call saying, I got guns, you come to my house, I'll shoot you, is not a credible threat to your life. They aren't threatening where you live, they aren't threatening your wife, they aren't threatening you. They're just saying, you come to my house, I'll shoot you. Why would you file that with the police? You're the one that said, I'm coming to your house. That kid actually has a better case for stand your ground if you show up to his house.
And yes, I've also
so wait, in your jobs of child predation hunting, you've never encountered the National Center for Missing or Exploited Kids, ever?
Oh no, not the Center for Missing and Exploited Kids, the one that failed Spencer during the Mama Max days. Yeah, yeah, that one.
I have asked law enforcement if it's better to contact them or contact that facility, and they said it's always better to contact them.
You were not aware of that facility at all prior to this conversation, though.
I was not aware of their classes.
But again, they openly have forms for reporting. Have you utilized those forms? Because as you know, if it's online harassment, and unless, I don't want to know your state, so please don't share your state. Unless it's all within your state, there is very little local PD wait, I'm not talking about your state or doxing it. I disavow that if that is happening. I don't care to know those things, to be very clear. But whenever you're talking about this in particular, especially with crossing crossing state lines, it must always be reported federally. That is why usually the federal crimes and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids work so closely together, because that is the only way with which to catch these child predator rings. So have you ever done that?
Rings? Well, hold on. Now you pivoted talking about child predator rings. When did I ever deal with a child predator ring?
So
See,
typically, if you read any of sure.
One thing I have noticed through all this is anytime I pin Stardust here on anything, they pivot. Or they goalpost move, or in your case, bringing you in. Even though, hold on, I'm not done. You've pivoted several times. You can go back and re-listen to this. You say you're good at research. Let's do that. Anytime I've called the police, and I've asked them about whether or not it's better to report to them or to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, they always say it's better to report to them.
Yes, because the Center for Missing and Exploited Children works specifically with the FBI, which does every interstate problem. You know this. I know that you know this. So
I think this, okay, I would be real. I think this lawyer is misinterpreting the conversation here. I think the lawyer is misinterpreting the conversation here. Here's why. Because she's bringing up pedo rings and rape and all that shit. But, like, against children. Are they talking about in the context of what Lio does as content? Or are they talking about the specific instances of Lio gaining information and going to the police with said information in context to, like, the Jack stuff? It gets back on track? Okay. I'm pause-handying it. I'm being told I'm pause-handying it. Was just thinking about it.
No, when it comes to these specific crimes, though, but they don't, though.
Oh,
they don't do that.
Just sit there and do nothing with it.
Yes, they are under no obligation. They are under no obligation to escalate or do anything like that.
They're not under obligation to do anything per the Supreme Court rule in 2005.
I understand that, and this is a different standard from the life-saving standard of that case in 2005 that you're talking about. I know which one you're speaking of. But in terms of escalating this with a police report, they're obligated to take your report, absolutely. It can go into, like, the round receptacle in the trash can after that. They are not obligated to do anything, which is why I'm asking, since you work so hard, and, like, since you say that you work so hard doing these, excuse me?
Why aren't they obligated to do it?
Because it's beyond their jurisdiction, and they are only paid by the people within their jurisdiction.
That is true. The cops won't do shit. They won't do shit. They won't do shit. She is right on that. The cops won't do anything. They won't do shit.
There's no obligation
so
for them to try and escalate those things online. No,
they
don't.
have no obligation to report it to their superiors, which is the federal government. You're kidding me.
No, they don't. And federal government isn't their superiors, especially if it's a state police. What are you talking about?
That is true. Okay, now she's cooking him. Now, how does Lio not know that? Wait a minute. How doesn't he know that? The local PD does not answer to the federal government when it comes to cases, especially when you're an individual filing it. They have no obligation to take that up to the next level. And most cops, as much as I'm a cop person, even though I don't like agree with everything the police do, right? I know for a fact that the cops, when you file shit, most of the time it doesn't go anywhere. Most of the time it doesn't go anywhere. It's just really funny. This is just really, really funny. You have to do constant follow-ups. You can't just drop off the information one time and then expect the cops to do shit.
Also know this.
Then who's their superior then? Why are they not obligated to report things to the
The
feds?
governor usually. I mean, the governor. Are you really? Like in a state? I'm confused. Are you kidding me, or are you being serious right now?
I am asking you why they would not forward something that is the feds to the feds.
Because again, they're not the federal office. So yes, you make that report and that's great, but they have no obligation to advance it anywhere else. And the federal government system is entirely different from local and state systems, right? That's why whenever they have to work together on cases or on serial murders who cross state lines or other things like that, it is usually the federal office, like the FBI office or branch in charge of all of that may coordinate with the other police departments, but it is almost always the FBI who is in charge of that. And because it is a different system, there's really first off, you also know this, like those agencies are notoriously difficult in terms of sharing information and speaking to one another. But
she's got a point. She's got a point. Agencies don't speak to each other very often. The FBI does not work in coordination with local PD or state PD very well because they aren't on constant communication. And even then, they hide information from each other because it might affect ongoing cases. The communication's basically next to nothing.
There's just no way to assume that they would ever turn any of those things in. Of course they wouldn't.
And neither would the feds. They're not obligated to either.
Well, yeah, nobody's obligated to do anything, but you can go online onto FBI.gov and it'll say, do you have a problem with, especially with online predation, with any place to file a report, and you can put in all of this information and hopefully it'll escalate, but at least then you've documented it in the correct place. Unfortunately, especially if none of these predations are taking place in your local jurisdiction, let's say that you live in, I'm going to make up Allenville, Tuscaloosa, whatever, then the only cases that would actually happen would be the ones in Allenville. None of the other ones, like if you're talking about a case in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or in Rhode Island, none of that matters to them. They're not even under an obligation to send that case along to Rhode Island PD.
So your argument is that not only would the police sit there and actively tell me to do something that they know will likely go nowhere,
no,
but also
that's
that
not what I
they're
stated.
discouraging me. Well, I'm not done. But they're also discouraging me from taking it to the people who should do something about it, because they flat out told me multiple times that I should report it to them, not the website.
Right. So again, as I said, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children partners up with the FBI, but they are not a governmental agency or governmental arm. Again, of course, between those two options, reporting it to your local PD is always the best option. I don't know why they didn't tell you to file it with the FBI, but I'm not certain. Again, filing it with the FBI is very much the same way that you would probably do it with the online forums on NCMEC, and would be much easier to do that. Yes. But no, I'm not saying that they are lying to you or alleging those things. I don't know what your local PD office knows. We have no standards of training or regulation to ensure that they have any of this knowledge.
Okay. Anything else?
He just goes, oh, she literally gives him all the information that you're entirely wrong in this situation. He's like, okay. There's no response of, okay, you definitely opened my eyes. I need to do a lot more. I need to do a little bit more research, information gathering. I need to understand the situation a little bit more. Thank you for your information. Like, what the absolute... Just own it. Why are you just going with the flamenco defense? Okay, buddy. Like, I'm literally just hearing flamenco right now. Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay, buddy. Like, I'm just hearing that right now, and it's aggravating.
On the topic of, I know that this is a little bit beyond it, but you guys brought up, like, rings. I do believe that you called the glitchtail server a ring, did you not?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to do with that. I didn't have anything to do with that investigation.
But you called it a ring.
The caveat. The only thing I had to do was getting Artie and Veer in a call. That's essentially it. That and making the report myself. And that was before
The glitchtail server had 20 plus calls within it. Yeah, that's a ring.
we found out the sheer amount of people that were there. The report I made was over a year ago. In fact, it was in...
Why do you keep calling these investigations if you just admitted you don't run them like investigations?
Because that's the word that people tend to use, so I'm using a word they're familiar with.
Stop! Why are you calling these investigations? Oh, I just said it because everyone else says it. Stop! You ain't a cop! You aren't a cop. You aren't the FBI. You aren't the government. Like, just stop, bro. Stop using investigative terms. Stop it.
I mean, you could say Scooby-Doo investigation, and that would be a little bit more apropos.
Holy shit! She got him!
Just stated that you haven't done any training I don't know what you just said. I was just speaking, but you haven't done anything else that's either educated yourself or made you more aware of the proper and appropriate way to do this. Like, this is something I work as a sexual survivor, assault advocate. There are specific trainings that are offered to both protect people online, what to do with reports online. They're all available for free. You know, I'm certain that if you did a Google search right now and it said how to figure out if my kids are being groomed or talking to a predator, there are 89 guides that would make you a subject matter expert to do this. But if you haven't done that, and yet, as you just stated, people will come to you and report these things to you because there's either a reliance in your community on you being an expert, or you have held yourself out as being the only one adult enough to find ways to do things. I think that we can both agree, right? Like, if you're going to be involved in this, should you not, if you're going to be swimming in this pool, should you learn how to, like, dog stroke at least?
Why don't you explain to me what you consider to be an investigation then? What is that?
Oh my God. She's like, you should do the right things and, like, actually contact actual locations, actual reputable organizations, contact the FBI. And Lio's like, well, what would you describe a proper investigation then? When did Lio become flamenco? When did that happen? When did Lio Convoy become flamenco TV and debate tactics? What is happening here?
Retail in your mind.
So first off, I don't think that I would call anything I did an investigation with this. I would say someone came to me and made a report or tried to talk to me. First, I want to make sure that they're mentally and physically okay and that they feel safe wherever they are and make sure that they are currently safe. And
Which
then
is contradictory.
talk about...
By the way, it's contradictory directly to what Lio does, because he has had Jordan directly confront one of their predators. So
I forgot about that. Holy shit! I forgot about that. She's literally describing what you should do in the event that something like this happens. And oh no, you should never tell a lawyer that. No, come on. Wait a minute.
He has had Jordan directly confront one of their predators. So
What? Why? Why would you do that?
Because it wasn't somebody that was sitting there sending them porn. It was somebody who was talking and orbiting around them. And it was also something Jordan demanded.
Doesn't matter.
So again, one of the great things about being...
Sorry, it doesn't matter if they demand it. If you're putting the welfare...
Jordan wait a minute. So the victim of the predator demanded that you mediate a conversation between the abused and the abuser? That is a stupid fucking idea. That is maybe the dumbest goddamn idea I've ever heard in my entire life. That is the stupidest shit. Why would you do that? Well, the victim wanted it. No! It is a bad idea for you to speak to your abuser. I fucking hate these people, man. I can't.
There, if you're putting the welfare of the victim first, it doesn't matter if they demand it. They don't. That is not healthy for them. That is not protecting them.
Yeah, Stardust. Yes.
But Lio, okay, I'm really trying to build a bridge right now. Can you imagine if a survivor of sexual assault came to me, let's say it was a professor, and they said, I want to go through bottles of pee at his house. And I said, great, let's mount up and let's drive there. All I'm doing is aiding them in the committing of a crime. And that's not supporting them or giving them autonomy or making them know what to do better. That's not helping them really or providing closure, right? Like, that's probably endangering them more, because if that predator or their attacker gets angry, we have no idea how violent they may become, right?
How is them being in a Discord call a failure of them not being in danger?
They were
How is that
17.
them being in danger?
Because if you tell a predator, I'm coming for you online, what does it do? It tells them that they need to delete everything and cover their tracks better. You've just taught them to become a better predator.
It was already cataloged.
It's not
You're
just
sitting here saying it teaches them to be... Hold on. You're saying that it teaches them to be a better predator, but more often than not, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. This guy is a fucking idiot. A Discord call where a predator loses and then goes back and goes, I f***ed that up. I need to change my methods. Do you not think that if somebody is in a situation like the predator that you put them in, that they aren't going to learn how to improve from that?
But you don't know that. In the same way you don't know whether Rosa Ray Ramsey was actually able to grasp and understand child endangerment when she said she was bothered most by lying. Yes, most toddlers are bothered most when they figure out somebody lies to them because they can't conceptualize what you mean when you say child predator. That right there should have been a signifier of, this person may not be speaking the same way that I am. But in this case as well, there's no way for you to verify what they do or do not know. I think maybe a problem is that you give people too much of the benefit of a doubt. But this is, the only thing you are really doing is you continue to jeopardize any attempts to both hold yourself out as a good resource for possible victims and for anybody who would care to try and file an actual report.
All right, then what I want you to do, if you don't mind, walk me through, because you say you've been through these classes, right?
For sexual assault survivors, yes.
Yeah, walk me through what the process would be then for reporting these people.
He's acting like such a condescending prick right now. Like, I get it. He's in a 2v1 right now. But the minute you start getting condescension, the minute you start talking in a condescending way to somebody who is actually and unironically a lawyer, you shouldn't start off condescending. Yeah, this is bad.
Okay, that'll be super easy. 1 second.
Sure. Go for it.
I'm going to the RAIN site.
He just sounds like a condescending cunt. I can't stand
If you
it.
suspect a child is being harmed, where to report? Go to the RAIN state law database, call or text the Child Help National Abuse Hotline, or online.rain.org. I can give you a hotline number as well. How to detect a child predator online. This is from a Moby, a parenting blog from February 13th of 2024. This is all from a Child Crime Prevention and Safety Center. And while there are online dangers and how people groom them, these are all from ChildNet and protecting their kids from online things. Parents then can then use, this is even an app in which you can monitor their activity and then it'll file reports specifically with the FBI. This is the Attorney General's office reporting a possible sexual cybercrime as well. How to make a report at the FBI.
I do have a question. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. Am I interrupting anything right now? Or?
Yeah, you're definitely interrupting, Star. Like, I want to hear what he has to say. She literally gives him a comprehensive breakdown in the smallest, simplest terms possible on what to do, and he just answers with, You should have let the dead air go on that one. You should have forced him to say something other than,
A little bit, but go ahead.
You know what? I'll let Barb finish, and then I'll ask my question.
No, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be rude, but so I'm on FBI.gov, parents and caretakers protecting your kids, how to report any of these things. So you call a local FBI field office because every city has one, or you call the cyber tip line. That's it.
So pointing them to authority.
What? An appeal to authority?
No, I'm saying so pointing them to authority.
Yeah, you can literally give them these links, and it'll teach you like what to do.
Well,
but
all right, then let me ask you some more questions after Stardust is done, because I think that she wanted to interject. If you're done.
Yeah, just related on this topic. You know, people. Is it true? I guess I have to ask you a question. Is it true that you wanted Jordan to record their SA with their mom's boyfriend?
And I have talked about this so many doggone times, but I will run it through just for you, and I don't mean that derogatorily. The situation we had there was Jordan had this person lay hands on them, no penetration, nothing like that. And Jordan reported it to their school counselor, which, as you know, is a mandated reporter. So it got reported to the police. The police said they couldn't do anything. Jordan's
that doesn't
mother
make sense.
knew this person had done. I'm not done. Hey, you can say it doesn't make sense. This is just what happened. The police said they couldn't do anything. The mother knew what happened and let the guy come back in one night. So Jordan was worried it was going to happen another night. We could not find anybody who would take Jordan in for the night. So we told Jordan, and we were spitballing these things, so it wasn't something that went into action, but a spitballing idea was for Jordan to keep a phone or something on recording in case somebody came in, so they could at least forward something to the police if something did happen.
Just hearing him say the Jordan thing, that he was just like, yeah, the cops won't do anything. Have your phone recording you while you get molested. And apparently Jordan's mom also did get involved and sent the guy packing. Like they got rid of him. They packed him out. Like, why would you have the abuse victim record the? That's crazy. That's like an insane thing to do. What is wrong with you?
Literally, you are going around.
No,
you're going around and finding an elaborate way to say yes.
No. How is surveillance the same thing as requiring somebody to record an essay?
What is it? Wait a minute. I need to hear that back again.
An elaborate way to say yes.
No. How is surveillance the same thing as requiring somebody to record an essay?
It's on camera. It's recorded. It's saved on a phone and a fucking SIM card. Like, it's a recording! If the guy raped Jordan on camera, that's recording a rape! How did this guy gain respect in the community again? How did he? Oh my god! I don't even know what to say to that. That's crazy. Yes. How is surveillance on the same level as recording a rape? It's recording the act.
Explain
Because
that.
it's requiring them
I didn't say requirement. I said, did you ask them to record their essay? And you basically answered yes.
No, I did not ask. I told him to put up surveillance. You're assuming that we would.
Is that not recording the essay? Is to put up surveillance.
I'm sorry, should surveillance not happen when you have literally no other option? Is that the problem?
You do have other options, though. If she is a child,
What
I'm
are
sorry,
they?
if
Tell
she
me.
or they are a child
What are
that feels endangered, call it, and again, I'm going to give you options without taking into consideration that they may, whatever else. They can themselves call the police. They can call RAIN,
They
which is
did.
a rape. Did they
police
call the
did
Rape and
nothing.
Incest National Network? They called that?
There was no rape. There was no rape.
It
To report
is
to
sexual
that.
battery against a minor. It most definitely would count underneath Rape and Incest National Network. Any sort of
And the
sexual abuse
police
like that
told
will.
them they couldn't do anything. The
So
police
again,
literally told
calling
them they couldn't
RAIN
do
is another resource in which you have the power of a multi-million-dollar national network that will specifically try.
What? The cops wouldn't do anything. Okay, did you call RAIN? What? But the cops. Like, they said they couldn't do anything. It's a totally different organizing body that you're calling now. Stardust about to play the clip. No! Stardust brought receipts, bro. Oh, no.
Housing for you, or ensure that they involve CPS or someone else to make it.
How long does it take? How long does it take?
That's really difficult to know. It could be immediate, but Rain has hubs everywhere. So I work at one.
Could be immediate. May not have been.
I also have a clip here. Can we play it real quick?
Go for it.
Oh, God.
Here.
So just join the live. I'm streaming my.
God, Stardust. Oh, God.
And have a battle plan and a game plan ready for the weekend.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing here, and I think that's a good idea, but the one issue is her mom doesn't like her being away from home, so it's going to be hard to sell. How are we going to handle that?
Is there maybe a friend they could pretend like they're sick? Like, oh, I really need to go over there to help for their sake.
I don't think she'd even let that go by.
I'm like
her mom's a dick.
I'm like shaking, bro.
Yeah, when you can't get it in, legitimately lie.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll leave that to her discretion. Or her other option is, of course, to set up that camera tonight and see what happens.
Yeah, that's one thing I think we should happen.
What?
Just in case. Because the moment that's...
Every time I hear that, I get like... The lawyer's reaction, all you hear is what as loud as she can. She's like, what the are you talking about? Oh, no, bro. Oh, God, no.
It's caught on footage.
Those are pretty
Salty
cheap, aren't they?
What
Why are you talking
Yeah.
about it like setting up like a nature preserve trail camera? Come on.
And what other options do you think were had at the time? Because you said that it may be
So-
immediate.
Stop doubling down, bro. Stop doubling down. Stop doubling down. Stop it. She literally just compared it to setting up a nature camera, and that's literally what it sounds like. Just stop doubling down. This is getting worse than Okay, chat, you guys are the goats for telling me to watch this. Who the sent this to me, by the way? Snicker Snack, you're the goat. You're the goat.
They were underage at the time, right? They were underage.
Hold on. You said so many, but you listed one. You can have the
Calling a teacher, calling an
sorry.
aunt, calling an aunt, calling an uncle. If they had literally walked next
There
door,
was nobody. That's the
They
point.
walked
There was
next door to
nobody.
their net. I
Nobody.
refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that the best option available
I don't-
was
They were
hoping their
16, by the
children-
way. They were 16.
They were 16 too. They were 16, bro. They were 16. This motherfucker wanted a nature camera set up in her house. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna kill myself today to see if I still feel. I swear to God, I'm gonna murder myself.
Don't.
I'm so sorry, guys. They were 16 at the time. You're basically advising somebody to produce child porn.
Yeah.
No, that is not the case.
Yes. That is
That
what
is
that
not the
is.
It is.
No, that's not what that is, and you're an idiot if you think so.
What? Would I say that you are purposely trying to direct child porn? No, I would not say that. But you are asking for a assault of a minor to be recorded for evidence. Like, how else can a normal person interpret that, Lio? How else can someone interpret that? Technically, it is that. I'm just trying to be charitable, bro, but like, any normal person that hears that is not going to side with you. You are making it now. You're making it. You're making the stuff. It's just, what is happening? I can't take this shit no more. I can't be charitable. I literally just contradicted my charitability because I'm thinking about it more and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what it is. I can't defend it. Like, there's no way for me to be charitable about it. That's literally what it is. It is a form of CP. The fact that he called the lawyer an idiot is crazy. Hold on. Let's listen to that back. I need to listen to this back.
Advising somebody to produce child porn.
Yeah.
No, that is not the case.
Yes. That is
That is
what
not
that
the
is.
It is.
No, that's not what that is, and you're an idiot if you think so.
What? Why?
You cannot tell a lawyer that. You can't do it.
You're literally.
Well, hold on.
if that is your voice,
Hold on. The
if that
child
is
was
your
just,
voice-
hold on. The child was just run out of the room with recorded evidence that the person made an attempt. That's what would have happened here. How are you implying that means I should let them get assaulted or that it's recording child porn?
Wait a minute. So you just wanted a recording of an attempt made. Hey, Lio, did you think about this part? What if the attempt turns into a success and they get raped on camera? Did you not think about that part? Chat, am I crazy thinking that? That he didn't think far enough ahead that what if Jordan did get raped on camera? Because he just said recording the attempt. Oh no. Oh no.
Here we are, in the Serengeti. As we see the Lio, in its natural habitat of a Discord voice call. Watching as its prey, the Jordan, lies in wait to be essayed on camera. Mama Max wishes he could film something like this. Check his hard drive.
Got me up on that one.
Or a camera just to record. But what you're telling that person is, I can't do anything right now. So your best bet is we hope it doesn't happen, but set up a camera so if it does, you've got hard evidence. That is
like a crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. That's a crazy thing to expect somebody. Oh God, he's getting mauled. He's getting mauled, bro. He's getting mauled. That is crazy. I wouldn't even call it content brained. I wouldn't call it content brained. I would say this is just gross negligence. Or like not understanding what actually needs to be done. I think this is just gross negligence. I ain't gonna lie, this should be illegal for non-trained individuals to give advice to sexual victims. I swear to God, it should be illegal. You should be prosecuted if you f up a case like this. I'm gonna be real. You should be prosecuted. I get you're saying technically it is, but I'm talking about on like even like a minor stage like this. A minor stage like this. Like there was no open investigation, and then right now, Lio and the rest of them were like, yeah, well, you know, we'll have you record it, you know? If you even give advice like that, it should be illegal. You should be tried for like 2 years in jail. I'm not joking, or at least get fined out the ass. A minor certified boy. Certified lover, more like certified file. I love that shit. I swear to God, that fucking bar goes so hard.
I have to see that as what? Trying my best to make sure somebody's safe if I can? Because we had no other options. You can sit here 5 years removed out and play pretend like you would know any better. You weren't there. You don't know what happened. You don't.
I don't have to use hindsight. I have foresight, and foresight says this is bad.
Foresight, magic.
Yes.
He's calling it magic. The way you have described the events that transpired, Lio, it's not even hindsight. Those are the events that transpired. The lawyer heard the events that transpired, flipped it and said, "You're an idiot," and showed you why you're an idiot. That's not hindsight. That's not foresight. They're all idiots for using these words. It's just a straight up fact. You f***ed up every single aspect of this investigation.
She has training, right?
What's the word you guys use?
She actually has training, you know,
Yeah,
so she's taking the classes.
Which is why she had to go look it up right now, because she has training in.
You have to be Miss Cleo to use critical thinking. Exactly, narrator. Bro, exactly. You don't need clairvoyance. You don't need foresight to have basic common sense that, hey, if somebody almost got assaulted, but there's nothing we can do, don't use a camera to record another attempt of the assault. That's just common sense. Exhaust every option. Going to the cops one time is not exhausting every option. You have the FBI, you have RAID, you have 50 other legal bodies that you can go through before the other bullshit. Go to the cops, but if they don't do shit, look elsewhere.
You had to look it up and Google it, right?
I was demonstrating to you again how quickly and easily that information is and available at your fingertips.
No, I didn't ask you for a demonstration. I asked.
Again, if you're talking about gathering information, I can walk you through the exact way to do that. If somebody comes to you and says that they have had a cyber sexual crime being committed against them, the first question is always, what information or evidence do you have to support this? And I need IP addresses. I need more information about what they have been using in order to do these things. I'm sorry?
IP address.
I'm an online predator hunter. You asked me specifically what I've been trained to do when it comes to cyber sexual crimes, and that is one of those things. Having an IP address as well as a name. Okay.
You're not gonna run around with this one. You're not gonna run off with this.
Also, first off, Lio, let's not play semantics here. You're trying to argue that what you're saying is doxing, which means I could get away with doxing. No. If there's an active investigation going and an IP grabber is grabbed, and they are able to discern that information, keep it private, handle it, build a case, get a warrant, and then arrest the guy, then release that information publicly, that is the right thing to do. You releasing it in a Discord call or a YouTube video is not even remotely comparable to an actual investigation. Do not try and argue that. Do not try to argue that. Please. Don't try to say what you're doing is the same as an FBI agent. Don't you do it.
Because this is what's been happening ever since you came in. I've asked you very specific things, and you have not answered. Because I asked you initially, what is the training they gave you? I asked you what qualifies as an investigation. You went and Googled something. That is not you having inherent knowledge. Secondly,
You
I
never
always
asked me what an
pointed these
investigation is.
people
You
to
said
law
what would count as that, and I said I would
I
never
literally
count
asked
anything
you
I did as an
what
investigation.
I asked you what tailors that to you. I asked what your standard does. What your standard is.
So I'm
I
telling you.
Oh, bro, stop! Your standard. Lio, this is a lawyer telling you the law. That is not a standard of an individual. That is a standard of the law. The law does not go with what you want. The law goes what's written in the law. Like, I'm actually getting heated right now. I'm actually getting heated. I'm heated as I'm heated. I can't. I'm heated. I'm so heated. I'm gonna like punch something, man. You guys are goated for putting this in my lap. It's the cops. It's the law. It's not based on what you feel it is or what your interpretation of it is. The law. Like, stop.
Right now, what my standard is. You just interrupted me answering your question about how to report a cybersexual crime. Like, I'm trying to give you an answer. So those are things that I would do in order to make sure. I would then make sure that that person would have to realize that whatever accounts are associated with the cyber sex crime would have to be abandoned effectively, because that is also evidence, unfortunately, much like clothes from a sexual assault. So those are all things that I would start helping them do. I would also go, and there are people that we have that are experts in being able to help someone cover up their tracks, create a new online anonymous profile if they so wish, go through and redact everything in order to protect themselves. But that's what I would do. I would then gather.
This is amazing. He's the type of dude that would wipe from back to front and shit on his balls and then wonder why no one will blow him. What an apt description, bro. What an apt description of the situation. There's gonna be a way to learn, but ego. I think he's just an argumentative person. Would I call this ego? I wouldn't even say this is ego. I just think he genuinely believes he's right. Like ego is kind of like he feels like he's being attacked in his pride. We'll go with pride more than ego. I think he feels like he's smarter than everyone in the room, and his pride's now hurt because he basically kept telling people I'm the best and all this bullshit. Whoa! I think I would say that.
Would have been a way to learn, but ego.
Yeah, I guess it's just God. It's just so annoying. I don't know. You guys might be right. It's just like, I don't know. I've never seen someone be like this argumentative before other than Flamenco. And Flamenco just has pure, unadulterated autism. So, like, we need a new word for people like these. I'm just going to call everyone who talks like this and argues like this Flamenco. They're having a Flamenco moment. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to go with Flamenco moment. Like, what else can I describe this as that makes sense? It's just a Flamenco moment. He's arguing semantic bullshit because he's being backed into a corner and he doesn't like it, so now he has to change and shift it. A flamenco moment.
Collect that information, and I would call in.
Debate file. A debate file, actually. Like, fuck off.
To my local FBI, because if I report it at.
Yeah, be careful. He might try to cancel me. Cancel me because he's a peanut. I could literally cancel you, Charlie. I'm the freaking hunter. Like, I still can't believe Max said that. It has been months, and I still, like, bro, I'm not joking. Like, I'll walk to like the grocery store or some shit, and that'll randomly just pop into my head because I have autism, and I just remember stupid shit like that, and I'll start dying laughing. I'll be like, what the why would you even say that? There's like a legit part of me that remembers that shit, and I'll just laugh thinking about it. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
My local FBI, it's still in the FBI, like the federal database, right? I can also, if I want, call the FBI where I believe the cyber sex crime has actually happened and give them that IP. They should then be able to identify whether that's within their jurisdiction or not.
I would also like to add that, I'm willing to bet that in those trainings and in those courses, they never advise you to tell a victim to produce CSAM, so.
No, we have the unfortunate problem of like a child or someone calling in and alleging that it's a parent. That is, to me, an all hands on deck situation, because the first thing I want to do is help them figure out how to find a place to stay as safely as possible. Police officers often have vouchers that they can give out to a local hotel or motel where you can provide that to them, and they will, I believe, house you for at least up to a week or a few days. Again, this is very dependent upon where you're located, what that department has, how isolated the department is, etc. But going to any police officer and saying, I feel unsafe with this adult in my house.
Dude, Doc on the radio retired at the wrong time. He was like one of the first like heavy detractors of Lio Convoy. He really was. I miss Doc. I miss Doc.
And I don't know what they're going to do.
I need somebody to play Destiny with now because Helldivers f***ed me over. I need Doc on the radio back.
should be more than enough.
Doc, if you're watching, I'm begging you. Find a way to balance your work and your YouTube channel. We need you back.
Immediately helping you find a different place to go and be safe. And if it doesn't, that is a great lawsuit for police corruption.
I mean, they do. Police fail. There's no way you're in your profession and you don't. I am going 100% off of the information we had at the time. The police did fail.
Because Rosa says she got demons. So true.
Just like they failed many other times. We're doing the best we can.
Listen, Rosa's just retarded. Like, let's just be honest here with brain damage. Like, I can't hold anything against that person.
Whoa! We did not have a place they could go. There was not a friend that would keep them. Their mother was not interested in keeping that man out of the house at that point.
Unfortunately, though, Lio, at that point, from the way in which you set yourself up, it is no longer appropriate for you to try and either keep suggesting or even trying to house them. That's that type of closeness that we are constantly advised against. Excuse me?
House them?
Or take them in. Yes, whoever. Because at that point, whenever you are so personally enmeshed in that case, you are unable to provide the type of necessary, detached advice that is required in a lot of these cases, whether they are painful or not. It sucks whenever there are kids involved in cases like this, and it really sucks when it feels as though there's no one else or no adult that will help them. There are, though, A, and B, that would never necessitate putting up a surveillance camera to potentially record another assault.
It wasn't even something that was done. It was an idea.
Yeah, it was a stupid idea. That's what they're talking about. They're saying you're an idiot. She's... Oh my god, I need to listen to that back. Like, just...
It wasn't even something that was done. It was an idea.
You're an idiot. You're a retard. They're telling you that your idea was bad, and the advice was bad. She's literally saying you cannot give the actual advice. You're too ingrained into the situation. You're too biased on the situation. You're not doing anything. That's what she's telling you. And your response is, well, we didn't actually, like, record it. Oh, my God. I don't know how stupid this person can be. This is crazy. This is like listening to a retard. I can't do it.
I understand that, but for somebody who professes to be the one adult in this community, I can't even believe that went through your head.
What community are we talking about now? This happened 5 years ago. So you're telling me that I should hold on. That I should have either let them get assaulted or, because here's the thing, either I let them get assaulted in this possible case, or we have something we can at least pass to the authorities that'll make them actually do something over it.
So you're not letting anything happen because you're still just an internet stranger. You have no authority or ability to do anything other than maybe giving like a sympathetic ear. You're not letting anything happen. The actions of other people have nothing to do with you. But again, the fact that you did, I'm more surprised that you aren't even aware of these. I didn't expect that you would have no knowledge of these resources because of your continued like involvement in this. I'm just really shocked that you didn't say, let's call Rain, let's call any of these other things. And again, Rain will answer your call. They're not going to hang up on you if you say, my mom's boyfriend is doing things to me at night. And they're like, well, is it penetrative? And you say, no, they're not going to hang up on you.
They will talk about anything when it comes to sexual assault. Matter if it's penetration. It doesn't matter if it's inappropriate groping. It doesn't matter if it's sexual assault of any kind.
Talking is one thing. Talking is one thing. This is about in the here and now. How do we protect that individual?
It's a sex hotline and helpline. It's a hotline specifically for instances in which people feel this isolated.
How is it going to How is it magically going to do better than the local PD?
So again, it's going to magically do better because they actually take rape accusations and sexual assault things seriously. And it's going to do better because it's going to provide them with other resources they may not know. There are local Rain chapters that have housing and have other ways with which to provide housing all over this country and in a lot of local states.
You're shitting me. He's like, well, how is this governmental body that is specifically designed for sexual assault victims going to do better than the cops? They have local areas that they could shelter these people, give them vouchers to stay at hotels, get them out of the situation that they're in while everything's being handled by the cops. She speaks so fast. Yeah, that's lawyer problems. I'm also on 1.5 speed.
There are always other options available. All you would have to do,
but you
again,
already admitted. You already admitted.
I think you're being deliberately obtuse. I've heard you speak, and I would have. You're much smarter than that.
So I do want to address one thing. There's like an inconsistency here as well, because you keep saying that the mother didn't want to kick the boyfriend out. What actually was happening, the boyfriend wasn't there for another night. The boyfriend was just there to get his things that were, while Jordan was like locked in a different room. So that's just a lie.
No, that's not
the mother was not having him stay over another night.
Hold on. Based on what? Where are you getting this information from?
That is, yeah, that's basically, yeah.
No, not
you?
No, you didn't get that from me. You're saying that he was just allowed to come get his things. Where did that come from? Because I've never said anything like that.
I'm pretty sure that Jordan said this themselves.
When and where?
It was,
oh my god, we're playing the Do You Have a Clip? We're playing the Do You Have a Clip game. I love this. I love when people do this.
Not really. I don't know why you keep demanding citations right now, because even whenever she's provided you citations, you really definitely like dodged, dipped, dived, ducked, dodged, taking responsibility.
The dodgeball reference. I wasn't expecting a dodgeball reference in a debate.
citations, you really definitely like dodge, dip, dive, ducked, dodged, taking responsibility there. So I find that this is just like a fluster, like,
I challenge it.
Okay, but whenever you...
Oh my god, he gets called out for dodging. I definitely didn't dodge. I called it out. I challenged it. This is speaking in circles.
Successful, I don't think it's fair to continue demanding those things.
I'm supposed to believe that you're like a predator hunter who does things in a responsible way. You have not provided any evidence to me in this entire call. I've been the only person who has been able to actually provide different links to you or even show different videos. So you can claim that like you know, you're just asking for evidence. I would ask for evidence of any person who has ever been arrested because of your actions, or anybody who has ever had any consequences because of your actions.
As far as arresting, I can't tell you, because believe it or not, I can't arrest somebody. That's not up to me.
What is the point of you predator hunting?
What do you mean by consequences?
What is the point of predator
hunting? The police in hopes they'll actually do something. I've been very clear about that. If you're going to sit here and play the game of, well, if you were better, the police would have been, that means nothing and you know it.
That means a lot more. Bro, like, what are you talking about? They're saying that you are ill-equipped to handle these investigations because you do not know the resources to help these people. That's what they're trying to tell you. And you won't, and you keep fighting them on it. You keep saying, oh, but I went to the cops. They're telling you cops aren't enough. And if the cops didn't help, then you could go to this other resource. And you're like, well, I can't with this shit, man. It's like, wow, this guy's dumb.
There have been plenty of women that have been raped, plenty of people have been assaulted. You're not going to sit there and say that to them either, so let's not try to play that game here.
Oh, what are you talking about? What?
About that. If you're going to sit here and play the game of, well, if you were better, the police would have been, that means nothing and you know. There have been plenty of women that have been raped, plenty of people have been assaulted.
That's somebody going through it themselves. You are somebody that positioned yourself as an authority on how to help people like that. They're telling you that the authority that you have given yourself is bad.
I'm not going to sit there and say that to them either, so let's not try to play that game here. I do literally everything I could to report things to the police.
I would never say that to a survivor of rape, but I would absolutely say that to the man who had allegedly been advising them in order to either report it or do something that would give them some sort of autonomy back. Shame on you again for invoking those things when you clearly don't even care to know. I'm so reluctant to even just accepting that we're giving you knowledge right now. This would technically make you better at your entire shindig.
Hold on. I never said I'm not receptive that you're giving me more knowledge. That's never.
No. Lio, you've been arguing with them. They're saying that you're not receptive to the information because you are arguing with them. They are telling you your positions and the way you've handled investigations is terrible, both for the victim and for the police. That's what they're telling you. And you are not rationalizing that thought. Like, it's just crazy.
Been the point. Why do you think I asked for those things?
To prove that I didn't know it and to try and do a knowledge test or a gatekeeping test.
In here. So.
Yeah, because I thought she said earlier that I could call her one.
I told you when I brought her in, I was bringing in a lawyer.
Yeah, and then she said, call me a paralegal if you want to.
Yeah, what? But that was her just saying, yeah, use whatever insults you want. Bro, she's literally telling you that if you call her a paralegal, it's not going to bother her because she is a lawyer. You were told that she is a lawyer. What the
just because I expected you to begin like doing that. I immediately expected that.
Okay, then I didn't expect that to be a pejorative, so I apologize. It wasn't something I picked up on. I didn't know you.
It's usually not a pejorative. It's never is to me, but it's often done by men like you in order to either invalidate that the woman is a.
I'm gonna be honest. Her moral fagging about like the women position as a lawyer thing, cringe. I'll admit it. That's cringe.
Accomplish something or try to call down and say that she hasn't actually accomplished what she stated in that moment. And it's usually done to female doctors as well by saying you sound more. I'm
okay. This is just cringe. I'll admit it. That's cringe. That is cringe. You were cooking, and now you're getting cringe on me.
What do you mean?
Men like him, she means furries. Yeah, exactly. So furries are just super misogynistic.
Men like me.
I mean, obtuse people.
Yeah, here we go. Now we're getting into what do you mean by men like me? Here we go.
Actually, pretend to be woke.
Isn't a lawyer or paralegal the same? No, it is not. Not at all. Paralegals are basically like assistants to lawyers. And they help coordinate between lawyers. They help coordination of like evidence, conversations, pieces. They help the lawyers communicate with each other.
About anything from
Yeah, Keem lied about his credentials and became a paralegal. Keem lied. He's talked about this publicly. I think he said he fabricated like his resume and shit. They hired him and they said that they couldn't fire him because he made them so much money.
LGBT. I don't think you care anything else. I think you're probably 2 steps away from wearing a MAGA hat. And right now, you cause more harm than the people.
What? Why are you laughing at? Hold on.
LGBT. I don't think you care. Especially pretend to be woke when I don't think you give a shit about anything from LGBT. I don't think you care anything else. I think you're probably 2 steps away from wearing a MAGA hat. And right now, you cause more harm than the people.
I'm gonna be real. This woman is cringe. She was cooking, and then she said a MAGA hat, and then tried calling it into question Lio's like wokeability or like his left leaning stance. Okay, the MAGA hat. She was cooking so hard. I'll still give her that for cooking Lio, but like this whole moral grandstand rant is happening. It's just like killing me. And her calling a MAGA hat a MAGA hat makes me want to like put a gun in my mouth. You're like 2 steps away from wearing a MAGA hat. Like, shut the f up, bitch. Shut the f up. I'll admit it. Lio laughing at that, I'd laugh at it too.
You're not gonna run by that one. No, we're not gonna ignore that. Number one, I'm Hispanic. Why would I be MAGA? Secondly,
MAGA.
I don't care.
What? I'm Hispanic. Why would I be MAGA? Dude, the other half of my family's Hispanic, and they love Trump, which is crazy. But like, they love him. Like, it just is what it is. He's 1/4 Hispanic. I am more Hispanic than Lio Convoy. Yep, Italian and Latin American. I got a weird mix going on. I'm a weird muck going on.
So again, when people come to you expecting to both feel safe and to not feel minimized. Also, let's not even discuss the way in which you treat victims or survivors when it seems like a sexual kink for you to start asking if they get off getting other people predated upon. I've heard that call, whether...
Whoa! Yeah, the food game is on point. Freedom Hero, you are so goddamn right. Anytime I go see the Italian side of the family or the Latin American side of the family, the food is always phenomenal. It's beautiful. I love it. I got the best of both worlds when it comes to food.
Here's some doubloons for Chef. Give him a new toy.
I will. Thank you.
When it seems like a sexual kink for you to start asking if they get off getting other people predated upon. I've heard that call, whether Peach is meant to release it or not, and you are disgusting for that in particular.
I need to listen to this back. I missed something important.
Seriously, prove it.
So again, when people come to you expecting to both feel safe and to not feel minimized. Also, let's not even discuss the way in which you treat victims or survivors when it seems like a sexual kink for you to start asking if they get off getting other people predated upon. I've heard that call, whether when it seems like a sexual kink for you to start asking if they get off getting other people predated upon. I've heard that call.
Bro! She cooked him. Okay, she brought me back. I like her again. I like her again. She cooked. She cooked. She cooked. She cooked. She legit cooked. She cooked. She cooked. She cooked him. She cooked him. She cooked him. She cooked him. Like, she got him.
Whether Peach is meant to release it or not, and you are disgusting for that in particular.
That call was awful. And you're right, I was disgusting for it. But no, it's not a kink, and that's a gross accusation to make, and I do not appreciate it.
Prove me wrong.
Look, I get... No, hold on. I get that at some point, because of the idea of me that you constructed in your head, you think this is some form of taking power back from other people that have done this to you, but I haven't done those things to you, and I don't appreciate that. And I'm not going to do those things to you. I didn't say paralegal as a pejorative. I literally thought maybe that was a more specified version of what you're doing. I do and continue to apologize for that. I'm not here to take the piss out of you for your profession. If you are a lawyer, as you have stated, good on you. That's hard doggone work. I'm not going to sit here and undervalue that. It's why I asked for the information that you have given.
I mean, I appreciate the compliment, but still, I think whenever you yourself have held yourself out as being Christian, being an incredibly moral, and incredibly decent person. I went to a Jesuit college. I've grown up with Jesuits my whole life. I went to a Catholic law school. I know what that's morality is supposed to be like, and it's never been exhibited by you towards many of the people. I wish you stopped hiding behind trying to say that you're trying to do the right thing and treating any of these people this way, and just said that you liked bullying people. If you want to like bullying people, that's okay.
Yeah, it is. You know.
So you want me? Hold on. You want me to admit to the construction of me you have in your mind? Because I'm not going to do that. I know who I am. And yeah, I've screwed up. Every man has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And also Catholicism, no thank you.
Oh my God, he's hiding behind his religion now. I grew up around Jesuits. She lost me on that one. Now we're dealing with now he's hiding behind his religion. Here we go. Hiding behind his religion.
You're sitting here basing your idea of me on a construction you have created while knowing...
I'm basing it on your own words. If I can't,
there's plenty of evidence.
Hold on. No, no. How did you base on my own words that I'd be interested in Trump's movement? I'm curious about that.
Oh my God! Now we're gonna debate if he's a MAGA. MAGA? What did she say again? MAGA? I don't even. How did she pronounce it again? I completely forgot. It was so crazy.
I'm like that type of person.
Oh, so it's an assumption. You don't have anything.
I do have something.
There.
MAGA. Yeah, she said MAGA. MAGA. MAGA.
I do have something to prove that I do think you are virtue signaling, and I don't think that you really care that much about any like sexism or anything LGBTQ or whatever, right? I do think.
Why does this matter? Hold on. Now I'm gonna criticize Stardust and the fucking lawyer. Why does this matter? Who gives a shit that he doesn't care about LGBTQ plus or anything else? The man is a failed predator hunter. Wouldn't you want to focus on that more? Like, why are we doing this bullshit? Like, why are we doing this bullshit? Like, what is happening?
Being virtue signals.
Okay, but I think it's a little bit extra with you. It's a little bit extra with you.
Lio's a hypocrite who keeps hiding behind being woke. Is that really, like, what he's done? I feel like he's been pretty upfront about him just saying shit. Yeah. Like, isn't he just somebody that was like, yeah, I say what I want and I'll tell predators to kill themselves or something and call them retards or whatever? Like, wasn't he, like, doing that? Or did he, like, hide that from everybody? Was he, like, a guy that would would he stand on a moral soapbox and be like, you can't say X slur, you can't say Y slur? Like, did he ever do that? Yes, he catered to the woke crowd, which was Peach's crowd. But, like, okay, so I'm getting, like, different stuff. It's either, like, depending on what you're talking about or he was hiding. If he was hiding, then, okay. If he was hiding, then Stardust and this lawyer got him. I'll admit that. But I'm not sure. So I'm just going based on your guys' word here. He stopped being edgy, saying slurs and jokes when Peaches became inundated with him. Gotcha. He only says sometimes now. Okay. I couldn't imagine, like, hiding my actual, like, verbiage. Like, I'll just straight up say shit. Like, I don't really care. The minute he joined, Peaches joined the community, he started he started virtue signaling. Gotcha.
Called Leia something a pick me.
Yes, I did. That was funny.
Okay, that was.
He called Leia. You called Leia something a pick me? Yeah, I did. Like that's funny. You know what? W. Based. Like based and red pilled.
Okay, you have made jokes about. Okay, you would never tolerate Peaches having other people talk jokingly about Peaches getting, raped by you or whatever, or banged by you.
I don't even care about LGBTQ stuff, and I have the gay. Wow.
Would do the same to other people. Even the Rosa Ray Ramsey call, right? You're calling her a slut hole. You're calling her whatever. The Arab guy, that you had in the call. You made jokes about whether you said basically, unlike you, my family line actually splits. These are that's actually racially tinted, right? Calling him an animal.
How is that? Hold on.
Calling him an animal based? No, I'm kidding. I don't know if that guy's an animal or not. But if you're shitting on an animal, I have no problem with that. Just shit on animals all day. To be fair, Peach is the one who called Rosa, but that he didn't stop them. Okay.
How is that racially stinted? My implication is
racially. Whoa!
These are that's actually racially tinted, right? Calling him an animal.
How is that? Hold on. How is that racially stinted? My implication is that he's inbred. It's not about race. What are you talking about?
You called him an animal. Well,
trying to prove that I'm
no. Here's the thing.
Who cares if he called someone? I'm gonna be real. Like if he called Smash Bandicoot inbred and an animal, I'm not really gonna fight that.
Maybe if it was somebody like a Westerner you were talking to, I wouldn't think that. But there is way too much evidence in that one call alone for me to think otherwise. What are the common stereotypes of people in the Middle East? That they're inbred, that they animals, that these are common jokes that people use.
Yeah, but Smash Bandicoot have it in common. So, I have no problem with anybody shitting on Smash Bandicoot like that. I have no problem.
And you're saying that I used knowledge.
I think you're much smarter than you like to pretend, and you do these things on purpose, and you're not used to people your age calling you out for them. Star, I'm going to go take my boss husband on a walk with our dog. Thank you so much for letting me call in. Great job.
Okay, thank you for being here. Everybody say thank you to Barb, because she knew the section.
It's not Smash, Chris. It's someone else. I thought Smash is an Egyptian. Am I wrong? It was someone else. If it wasn't Smash, then yeah, that's too far.
They'd be better than I did, so I figured. But I guess the last question I would have for you, I think, is how do you define predatory behavior?
Well, predatory behavior.
MAGA.
Are we referring to an adult, or are we referring to this in relation to a child?
Sure, either one.
Okay. For an adult, predatory behavior can encompass things like stalking, harassment, sending nudes, receiving nudes, and then sending them to other people. There's a few things.
Are there non-sexual predatory behaviors?
No, as far as well, of course, somebody can prey upon you to murder you. that's still classified as predatory, or they can prey upon your information and get out of there,
Okay.
steal your identity.
Yeah.
We're talking about sexual predation.
Well, no, I'm just talking about predatory action in general, right? Would you go after somebody who displayed predatory action in a non-sexual way, and what would be the line for you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Would you ever go after like somebody who does predatory behavior in a non-sexual manner online, and what would?
We're talking about harassment and stalking, stuff like that, or making threats. I would, if I'm aware of it, and I'd report it to the police. That's kind of.
Do you think that like going after people in the way that you do, is predatory? Because it's bullying mentally compromised people, and people who are transparently weaker than you, right? And children. So I mean, I think that could very well qualify as predatory.
Depends on the incident. As far as the Rosa call, no, I was a scumbag there, and I again will not sit here and justify the way that call went and what was said there, and I've been consistent about that. Now, as far as whether or not people are on the spectrum or whatnot, it all depends on what happened in those calls and what was going on there. As far as people.
Okay, so he's just looping back on stuff we already knew. I had a fun time going over that lawyer call. That shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there. And we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often. So make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.